Welcome and hello. This is a video exercise using HEC HMS. And in this exercise, we are going to be dealing with parameter estimation. We're going to use the expression calculator to estimate parameters for our HMS model. I'll leave a link to this page in the description. We're going to start here with using the expression calculator. So the first step is to download this zip file on the screen here. All right, once that's downloaded, let me open that up and see what we have here. Okay, so this looks like an HMS project that's already ready to go. So I'm going to open up a place on my computer where I want to put that. And then let's see, let me close this. I'll just drag the zip file over here and then I'll unzip it from here. Extract, extract. And there are my files. I can delete the zip file now. And then here are the files that I'm going to use. I'm going to navigate to this project and just open it up in HMS. So here it is. I'll go open and then click on the browse button. Here is the project. It's called Initial Example Project. So I'll open that up and then open this example project.hms file and click select. And then you may have to click that convert project button too. All right, cool. Let's open up the Basin model and see what we have here. Here is the Basin model. It's got way too many layers loaded on for my preference. So I'm going to go up to view, map layers, and just turn off a few of these layers. Okay, that looks good. If we go back to the web page, here we go. The first half of this page is really just an introduction and an explanation of parameter estimation and this particular project. We do have this calculation right here for the time of concentration and the storage coefficient. So we'll return to those a little bit later. And now we start the steps right here where it says using the parameter estimation calculator to estimate time of concentration. So we're going to use this calculator tool to do that. Step one is to open up the file and then open up the Basin model. We've already done that here. Step two is to click on parameters, transform. So that's up here, and then Clark unit hydrograph. So what we have selected is, well, all of the subbasins are using the Clark unit hydrograph transform method. What we want to do is come down here to calculator, and that opened up a expression calculator. So at the top, we're going to select the value that we're going to calculate it, either time of concentration or storage coefficient, using these variables, these functions, as well as some subbasin parameters here. As a simple example, if I wanted to set this time of concentration for all of these subbasins to a value of 1, I could just type a 1 down here and then click calculate. And then it has to think for some reason. And then we have 1 everywhere. But then I could do something a little bit more involved. Like I could just down in the expression calculator, clear that out. Say it's the area in miles squared plus 5. I'm just making something up, calculate, and then boom, you get the results right here. We could do the same thing with storage coefficient by changing that value. But let's go ahead and actually follow the instructions because this time of concentration is very much meaningless. Let's go ahead and select time of concentration. And then whenever we click calculate, that will override the existing values. If we scroll back up to the calculation here, time of concentration is 2.2 times this all right here raised to the 1/3 power or 0.3 power. So we're going to go ahead and build this expression right here. And it shows what these different terms are. L sub CA, S sub 1085. Okay, so right here, we're going to go 2.2 times, and then we want everything to be raised to that 0.3 power. So I'm going to double click power. For the exponent, I'm going to say 0.3. And then for the base, this is where I need to define a numerator and then a denominator. So I'm just going to set that up right there. And then just to be safe, I'm going to do an extra pair of parentheses like that. Okay, in the numerator, I want the longest flow path length in miles. That's this first expression here. So I'll double click and then it adds it right where the cursor was. And then times, and then the next expression is centroidal flow path length in miles, which is this one right here. All right, that's good for the numerator. Now the denominator is going to be the square root of the 1085 flow path slope in feet per mile. So that all needs to happen right in here. Let's start with that power function again. I'll double click that. The exponent is going to be 0.5. And then the base right here, click delete. And then I want to select 1085 flow path slope in feet per mile. All right, let's see if that works. We should get new values here. If it does, I'll click calculate. Great, it did. These are our new values for the time of concentration. We also see that the expression for storage coefficient, R, is the same as the time of concentration if you solve for R here. So basically, we could just go back here, change the value we're solving for to storage coefficient, and then click calculate again, and those same values will pop into place. So I'll close the expression calculator, click apply, then click close. Now, if I click on a sub-basin here and then click on the transform tab, the values that we calculated appear for each sub-basin for time of concentration and storage coefficient. The next task in this exercise is to estimate loss parameters. So to do that, we're going to do a similar routine as before. We're going to come up to parameters, loss, green and amp, and then we're going to click on the calculator tool. Now, right now, I only have one sub-basin in my table because I have a filter applied. That'll happen if you open up the global calculator with a sub-basin selected. So to unselect it, I could just change that filter to none, and boom, I get all of the sub-basins in my table. All right, so this is where we want to start. Now I'm going to click the calculator button. And just as before, we have the calculator, but now the fields that we can calculate are associated with that green amp loss method, which we see in this table here. Oops. For this one, we're going to use a grid, not a sub-basin statistic. So the grids are right here. And for this project, we already have the grids that we need. So what it tells us to do is for this field, select suction. And then for the expression calculator, we want to click on grids down here and then just double click on water potential, which is this right here. And that is going to be the suction that we want. Populate this field right here. I'll click calculate and boom, it's all set and good and done for us. So I'll click close and then I'll click apply and then I'll click close. All right, so I'll go ahead and save that. That is the end of the instructions, and this concludes our exercise on parameter estimation using the expression calculator.